Okay, so hello and welcome, my dear friends. Good afternoon to every one of you. I welcome you all. A very warm good afternoon to every one of you. So I hope every one of you is doing great. All right. Okay. So my dear friends, yes. So then we'll start with it. Our today's session, it is going to be in the context of history. And here in the history, what happens, my dear friends, is that the government examinations, they ask a lot of questions whenever we talk about history. A lot of topics, they are really very much important in the context of history. So in the history, when we talk, good afternoon, Reena, good afternoon. So in the history, when we talk, the ancient most time. Okay, so if I have to timeline for you, okay, if I have to just elaborate the timeline for you, just look at the timeline. Okay, so the the ancient most time period that we understand, it is going to be in the prehistory, that is the stone ages. After the stone ages, there is going to be proto history. Okay, proto history. And that is going to be the Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley civilization. After this, there is going to be the start of history. After this, there is going to be the start of history, that is from the Vedic age onwards. Okay. So if I talk about the chronology, I will just elaborate everything to you. Good afternoon, Subhash. I'll just elaborate. After the Vedic age means, now see, when we talk about the Stone Age, so the Stone Age is basically from 20 lakh years ago till 6000 BC, or else you can also consider it till the fourth millennium, BC. After that, when we talk about the Harappan civilization, it is from 3000 BC till 1750 BC. Then the Vedic age is from 1500 till 600 BC. After that, there is going to be the age of the Mahajanapadas, and this particular age, it is going to be 600 till 321 BC. After this, within the Mahajanpadas only, there is going to be one empire which is going to be known as the Magad Empire. And then after the Magad Empire, there is going to be the Mauryan Empire. Mauryan Empire, which is going to be from 321 to 185 BC. Now, what I am trying to tell you here is that, my dear friends, good afternoon, Amruta, good afternoon, Chinmay, good afternoon, Nitish. So, here what I am trying to tell you is that in the history, whenever we talk on the history, let us just first do the timeline itself. Okay, let us first do the timeline and then I will elaborate it to you. Okay, so the Mauryan is going to be there. After the Mauryan, okay, just keep pace with me, keep the pace with me. Oh ho ho, I guess this happened. No worries. Yeah, I guess otherwise what you can do is, in the recording you can just take it a little back, and then you can just take a snap of that. So after the Mauryans, what we are going to see is, after the Mauryans, there is going to be the post Mauryan time period. The post-Mauryan time period. So the post-Mauryan time period is basically from 185 BC till 319 AD. So in the post-Mauryan time period, there are, this time period, it can be divided into two major timelines. One is going to be the indigenous dynasties. Second, it is going to be the Hellenistic dynasties. Now, just friends, just make this timeline. Just make this timeline. It is going to be very much easier for you to understand history if you understand this timeline. If you do not understand this timeline, trust me, it will become very much difficult for you to understand as to how things are going to go ahead in history. Okay, I will explain this up to you. I will explain this. Sunga, it was there in 185 BC. Then there is going to be the Kanva. Okay, the Kanva, it is going to be there during the time period of Okay, so this is one another. This is the indigenous dynasties. Apart from that, when we talk about, does anyone remember? Does okay? How many of you have done this, friends? How many of you have done this? Reena, Amruta, Subhash, Chinmayi, Nitish. How many of you have done this particular timeline? How many of you have done this timeline? Come on, so that then I'll be able to write it, and I'll be able to explain it to you accordingly. Oh, come on. Okay. Means have you done this prior to this? Have you done this timeline prior to this? How many of you have you done this prior to today? Anytime? Okay. Did we do it or what? Did we do it in some of the sessions? Just write one sentence so that I will get clarity. Okay, just write one sentence. All right, so now, all right, then just remember this idea. Okay, um, if I start with it, what did I tell you? There is something known as prehistory. Okay, the difference between prehistory, proto-history. After we understand this, then we are going to start with the Indus Valley, and then there is history. The difference between these three aspects, what is it going to be? Not this one particularly detailed, and I haven't been. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Thank you, Reena, for the clarity. Okay, so just remember till the postmodern period, and after that we shall be doing. Means when we reach till that class, then we shall be doing and taking it accordingly. But to start with the first aspect, when we talk on the difference between prehistory, proto-history, and history. See, during the Stone Ages, there was no evidence of writing, there was no script. So, because there is no script, no writing, so whatever information we have of the prehistory of the Stone Ages, it is totally on the basis of archaeology. Okay, archaeological evidences. There is no literary evidences. So, the time period where there is no writing is known as prehistory. The time period where there is writing, but we have not understood what that writing means, okay, that is known as proto-history. So that means the Harappan civilization, there was writing and script, but we are not aware as to what that writing and script means, so that is proto-history. From the Vedic time period, there was the writing of the Vedas, Upanishads, and these writings have been understood. We have understood what this means, so that is why from that time period there is going to be the start of the history. Okay, so it is surely on the basis of writing. Now when we talk about the Harappan civilization, so it is going to be a part of the proto history. Now when we talk of the Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization, see, a detailed handout is there. Okay, I'll get that detailed handout uploaded for you. But prior to that, we will just be understanding things. Now when I talk about the Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization, firstly, why is it named? Means, why is this name there? What is the history of it? Okay, what is the history of it, and then what is the significance of the Harappan civilization? So these are some things that we are going to be looking into. Now here, my dear friends, when we talk the name, the Harappan civilization, it can be known by various other names. The first one is going to be the Indus Valley civilization. Initially, it was considered that this majority of the settlements have been majorly found on the banks of the river Indus. That is why it was named as the Indus Valley civilization. Apart from that, the second The second name is going to be the Harappan civilization. Okay, so multiple names are there. So the second name is going to be Harappan civilization. Keep writing it. Okay, keep making running notes. So Harappan civilization. Why the name Harappan civilization was given is because the Harappan civilization, Harappa, it was the first city that was discovered in the year of 1921. 1921, it was considered to be the first city that was discovered. That is why Harappan civilization. The third name is also known as the Indo-Saraswati civilization. You might be aware that there was a river, a mythological river, a historical river Saraswati, that flew from the Himalayas till the Karachi. Okay, from the Himalayas till the Karachi, and it traversed the entire northwestern part. So this Saraswati river, many of the sites have been found in the Saraswati river. So that is why it is known as the Indo-Saraswati civilization. So fourth, it is also known as Ghaggar Hakra. Okay, fourth, it is also known as Ghaggar, Ghaggar Hakra. Ghaggar Hakra, why? Because the Saraswati is known by different names in various regions. The Saraswati is known by different names in the Punjab area and the other areas. So it is known by the name of Ghaggar as well as Hakra. That is the name of Saraswati. So that is why it is also known as Ghaggar Hakra civilization. Apart from that, the Harappan civilization, it is also known as a bronze civilization. Why? Because bronze was a metal that was discovered during the time period of Harappa. So these are the various names that are going to be, okay, that are going to be brought up by, means these are the various names that we can understand the civilization with. That is the first thing. Now when we talk about the history, okay, of the Harappan civilization, so history and when we talk about the history, that how come did we get to know about the Harappan civilization? Now see, over the years what happened is, the British people, when they came into India, they were very much keenly interested to know about the history of India, that is what has been the past. So many British people and many Europeans, they came to India in search, in quest of knowing something about the past. Earlier earlier the Britishers knew that the Indian history existed only till the Vedic age, and they did not know that there was something prior to that Vedic age. So what happened is that certain British people, when they went in the northwestern frontier area, that means the Pakistan Punjab part and the northern parts where the Harappan civilization was generally there. If I have to tell you the mapping of the Harappan civilization, so if I draw the map here, okay, so the Harappan civilization, it was majorly in this belt, that means northwestern frontier area. So many of the British personalities, they went to this area and they found various archaeological evidences, and on the basis of these archaeological evidences, finally it was concluded that there was a civilization even prior to the Vedic age, and then it was named as the Indus Valley Civilization by John Marshall, okay, in the time period of 1925. Okay, in the time period of 1925. Now I'll get through this in detail. I will get through this in detail, but the majority of the history of the Indus Valley Civilization, it is going to be discovered during the time period of British. And there were certain developments that were done, that had been done in the Indus Valley Civilization, that makes it very much significant for us. Now, let us understand it through the PDF. Okay, let us understand it through the PDF. Now, when we talk the Indus Valley Civilization, where was it? The Indus Valley Civilization, it was in the western part, okay, of the Indian subcontinent. Now just give me a moment, just let me upload this particular document for you. Let me upload this document for you on the portal, and then you can find it out. Okay, so just find it attached, and just confirm it with me that have you got it? I have uploaded the I have uploaded it. Just confirm the same with me that you have found it. Okay, all right. So then we shall start with it. Now, when we talk about the Harappan civilization, okay, so if I have to create a map of it here, okay, just let me create a map of it in a small manner. Okay, so let's assume of the this is India. Now here when we talk, okay, this is Pakistan, and here if I tell you, okay, the area, it is going to extend from Manda in Jammu and Kashmir till Sutka Gendor in the Balochistan area, okay, till the Alamgirpur in UP. Okay, so that is going to be the extent of the civilization. So that when we talk, it is going to become like this. Okay, so that is why we call this particular civilization as a triangle based civilization. Okay, thank you Subhash, Reena, Nitish, Chinmay. Okay, so that is going to be the north, west, south corners of the civilization. This whole area, it is generally 1.3 million square kilometer, means around 13 lakh square kilometers the area was there. Now majority of the settlements in today's time, a total of 1400 settlements have been excavated in this whole area that we say to belong to the Harappan civilization. And majority of these 1400 settlements, they have been found in which particular area? On the banks of river Indus. That is one another thing. Now when we talk, at that point of time in the Indian area, there was this particular civilization, that is the Indus Valley civilization. Now many people, the western contemporaries, they are going to say this civilization to be as Meluha. Okay, Meluha, this civilization, it was known as Meluha by the western contemporaries. So that point of time when we say the Indus Valley civilization, it is going to be there in the India. Similarly, were there other civilizations in the other parts of the the world? So yes, there were. When we talk, so the Egyptian civilization was there on the banks of the Nile River. Then the Mesopotamian civilization, it was there on the banks of the Tigris Euphrates River, and the Chinese civilization was on the banks of the Yellow River, that is the Huang Ho, and the Indus Valley civilization, the Harappan civilization, on the banks of River Indus. So what do we understand here is that, my dear friends, majority means all of the civilizations, they were on the banks of River Indus. So this is what. Yes, yes, Subhash. Southern extent, it is going to be till Daimabad. The southern extent, it is going to be till Daimabad. That is it. Thank you for it. Yes. So that is one. Now when we talk about this, so this is one another information. Okay, the examination can ask this particular question to you. Now, when we talk on the various facts of Indus Valley civilization, the north-south spread and the east-west spread. The east-west spread, it is much more greater than the north-south spread, and the 70% of the Indus Valley sites, they have been located at the Saraswati River. However, this Saraswati River, it is in today's time not there, it has been extinct. The Saraswati, it is known by various regional names. One is Ghaggar and one is Balochistan. Now, when we talk, as I have already given you a brief insight as to, there were various people, various Britishers, Europeans, who have contributed into knowing about the history of the Indus Valley civilization. So when we talk, the initial most person, it is going to be Charles Mason, and he was a British engineer. This particular Charles Mason, okay, he was an engineer of the British East India Company, and he had been sent to the Sahiwal district of Punjab in the Pakistan area, and he was sent to construct a particular to construct the infrastructure. Now when he was sent there, okay, he was sent there to build a road, so he's going to find certain unidentified structures, and he's going to start thinking that this unidentified structure, it does not belong to this time period, it might be ancient. Okay, and apart from that, this person, he also had a very deep interest into knowing about how the king Alexander is going to fight a war with Porus. So we are also going to discuss about Alexander, but you already know that Alexander, he tried to invade the Indian subcontinent, and when he's coming into India, the Indian subcontinent, in the Pakistan area, he's going to fight with Porus, an Indian, and particular leader who was there at that point of time. So Charles Mason also wanted to know about that particular Alexander, so that is why he went to inspect that area, and he found unidentified materials. So he's going to think that this unidentified materials, they are much more older than the particular the Alexander. After that, there was Alexander Burns. Then there was, most importantly, the Alexander Cunningham. This person also was of deeply interested in the Indian history. So what he's doing is, even he's an archaeologist, and he's doing the archaeological excavations in the Pakistan part. So there, he's going to find a lot of materials, and in order to streamline all of this archaeological things, he is going to put up a proposal for setting up of the Archaeological Survey of India. So he after he set up the Archaeological Survey of India, he became the first chairperson of the Archaeological Survey of India, that is going to streamline the particular archaeological findings of India. Then after this, there was ML Dames, then JF Fleet. But during this point of time, what is going to happen is, John Marshall, when he was appointed as the Director General of Archaeological Survey of India in 1902, what is going to happen is, under him, he is going to tell Dayaram Sahni and the particular RD Banerjee to do some excavations. So when we talk on the Dayaram Sahani, what Dayaram Sahani is going to do in 1920, he is going to find the Harappa. He's going to find the Harappa. Okay, and it was considered to be the first major site that was discovered. That is why the name is given Harappan civilization. Then Rakhal Das Banerjee, he's going to find the Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro, it is also known as the Mound of Dead. Mohenjo-daro, it was also known as Mound of Dead. Okay, now similarly here, Mohenjo-daro was known as a Mound of Dead. Also, there was one another site that was known as the Mound of Dead, and that was Lothal. So, two sites in the Harappan civilization are known as Mound of Dead. And finally, when so many successes were done, so this gave the British the authority that the Indian history not only limits itself to the Vedic age, but it is going much more earlier than that particular time period. Okay, so that is going to be then that John Marshall in 1924, he is going to declare the Indus Valley Civilization. Means he is going to tell the name to be the Indus Valley Civilization, and it is he who had named it as the IVC. Okay, after this, there is going to be R.E. Mortimer Wheeler, who is also going to focus. Now this person is the John Marshall. Okay, this person is the John Marshall. Now just read this, my dear friends. Just read this page, this factual information and the British, and then after that we'll look into the theories, and then we'll talk on the developments of the Harappan civilization. Just do this part, read it up and let me know. Read it up and let me know, my dear friends. I'm giving you 3-4 minutes. Okay, just read it up and let me know how, if you have any doubts. Guru Shikhar is the highest one. Mount Abu is another peak, but Guru Shikhar is the highest one. Okay, Mount Abu, Guru Shikhar, are they related, sir? In map, Mount Abu was marked as the highest peak of Farah. What is this? Am I lagging? Mount Abu was marked as the highest peak of Aravalli range. Some places Guru Shikhar. Reena, what is the last statement? Some places Guru Shikhar. Mount Abu, it is basically the hill station that people generally go to visit. Okay, and there is the whole range of Aravalli. Okay, so Mount Abu, it is the hill station that people are going to visit. However, Guru Shikhar is the highest one. Guru Shikhar is the highest peak that is going to be there in the Aravalli range. Why did we need people from outside to come and discover our own civilization? Okay, okay. I will be discussing that, Chinmay. I will be discussing that. Okay. So now let's just understand this whole scenario. Okay, that is